What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to highlight the brand new roster update that just went live in Madden 25 as it relates to franchise mode. We did a video a couple days ago highlighting all the rookies that got face scans, all the rookies that had hidden dev traits at launch. However, the issue was with that roster, every rookie had a star dev, even when they probably shouldn't have. And there was a chance that, like, maybe, just maybe, that was like a design decision. We kind of talked it out. But ultimately, my gut said there was going to be a roster update ahead of launch, and we would get some rookies that have superstar, maybe some rookies that have X factors. That roster has gone live, so let's talk about it. Caleb Williams is a superstar X factor. I was thinking that he'd be superstar, maybe too polarizing of a player to get a superstar X factor, but good win. It's always better when you have fun dev traits on players versus maybe underselling them a little bit. So I'm on board with Caleb Williams getting an X factor. But on top of that, they got a hidden dev punter with the star dev. Okay, that is absolutely insane. This guy was Iowa's best player for the last couple. Actually, what I meant to say was Roma Dunze is a superstar dev as well. Like, you look at the Bears. Caleb Williams X factor, DeAndre Swift superstar, Keenan Allen X factor, two superstars in a Dunze and DJ Moore. Cole Kmet, Darnell Wright has a high. I mean, your tackles are set. This is one of the best rosters in the game. I'm buying stock on the Chicago Bears. I'll tell you that right now. Next up, we'll look at the Niners. Pooney at guard. Can play a little tackle as well. Star dev. Talking about Bernardo Green. I wrote down literally all of the star dev trait players. He lost a dev trait in the roster update. My beloved Florida Gator Ricky Pearsall, star dev. The Cincinnati Bengals Project Tackle Amarius Mims has a star dev. The same goes for Chris Jenkins at defensive tackle. Before the patch, the Buffalo Bills had 4 rookies with hidden dev. Unfortunately, Dwayne Carter lost his. We got a star dev on running back Ray Davis out of Kentucky. A star dev on the sleeper safety Cole Bishop. Again, those stats are very, very good. Lastly, a star dev on the man that many fans hope can become their new wide receiver 1, Keon Coleman. Denver Broncos keep their 2 hidden dev rookies. Up first, Troy Franklin from Oregon with a star dev, and Bo Nix with a star dev as well. For the Cleveland Browns, their 2 hidden devs stay the same. Zach Zinter at offensive guard with a star. Their second one, Michael Hall Jr. gets a star dev. This one might get changed. He's been at least allegedly, a pretty terrible person off the field this offseason. So I would not be surprised come the first update if the Browns are knocked down to only 1 player with a dev trait from the rookie class. But on the Bucs now, before the patch, they had 4 rookies with hidden devs. Now they only have 3 as Chris Braswell has lost his hidden dev. Still get a little bit of love on the defense. Tyke Smith out of Georgia with a star dev. Running back Bucky Irving gets a star dev, and that gives like the 3 big players coming from the Oregon Ducks in the draft class dev traits. Bo Nix, Troy Franklin in Denver. Bucky Irving gets a dev trait. Someone loves the Oregon Ducks on the ratings team. The new starting center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Graham Barton, gets a star dev trait. Moving on to the Arizona Cardinals, who had 4 rookies with hidden dev traits before the updates. Now we only got 3, and unfortunately, the odd man out was the great Canadian Isaiah Adams. But looking at the 3 Cardinals with dev traits, we start on the defense with Max Melton. Trey Benson at running back at a real good starting point, man. For non-first round pick, still a 76 overall, and you get the star dev. And good athleticism, man. 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 95 carry. That's one of the best rookie running backs in the class. They did it. They gave Marvin Harrison Jr. the X factor. I think it was deserved. I think if you're going to give out some X factors, you give one to Caleb, you got to give one to Marvin Harrison Jr. 79 X factor at 6'3", 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 93 jumping, 84. Oh my God. I reiterate, I think I picked the wrong year to not. I should have done the Cardinals this year instead of last year, because that would have been fun. Shout out Marcus House, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is a different beast. The LA Chargers get 3 rookies with dev traits. Junior Colson at linebacker, following Harbaugh from Michigan, gets a star. Lad McConkey at wide receiver with a star dev trait. He's only a lad. And Joe Alt gets a superstar dev. I thought this was going to be my first complaint. I've agreed with every dev trait they've given out so far. I was like, maybe they're going to give Joe Alt a star, where I think I personally would have given him a superstar. Does not get robbed on his dev trait. That is a scary good tackle prospect. Kansas City Chiefs have 3 rookies with hidden devs. We start with Jaden Hicks at safety. Very underrated. Sui Madia at left tackle. Pulls a star dev. And lastly, we have Xavier Worthy, 75 with a star dev. I think this might be the first kind of discussion piece. Now, I don't want to try to gas up a Chiefs player. The last thing they need, especially in franchise mode, is another overpowered player. But I think with breaking the 40-yard dash record, I would have understood why they would have given him a superstar dev. Break the record on the most popular team. But I also think they may have dogged him a little bit. Star dev, I mean, what do you guys think? You guys think star is fine? I think it is fine. But I could have seen that being a superstar. I think the bigger issue is you got to give him 99 speed. If not, bring back 100 speed. Deshaun Jackson, Madden 12, 100 speed. Devin Hester, back in the day, 100 speed. I talked about this in the last video. I think that'd be cool. I don't want to necessarily pound the table and make that a hill I'm willing to die on, but I think Madden should bring back 100 overalls. Not only in base roster, make it incredibly rare. Because if everyone gets it, it's not going to be fun. But if in rare cases, generational cases, like make it as rare as drafting a generational X Factor is in franchise mode. Every now and again, guys can get 100 overall. I think that'd be super cool. That'd be awesome to get in franchise mode. I don't know. Am I right? Am I wrong? The Indianapolis Colts have 2 rookies with dev traits. We got a Donnie Mitchell here at wide receiver. Very fun looking height, weight, speed type playmaker. And secondly, we get Latu, the edge rusher at a UCLA with a star dev. Great base rating, a 77 overall. Obviously, he fell in the draft due to the medicals, but the production he put up at UCLA were video game type numbers. And if he could stay healthy, he's going to be a very good player for the Colts. Now, after the patch, the Commanders are the only team that have 5 rookies with hidden dev trait, the most in Madden 25. We start with Brandon Coleman here at left tackle. Ben Sinnott at tight end out of Kansas State. Mike Samerstill at corner. Johnny Newton at defensive tackle. And here's an interesting one. Jaden Daniels gets a star dev. If I was making a draft class, I probably would have him superstar. I don't think star is an absolute robbery, but he did just win the Heisman. Did get drafted pretty high. Does have a skill set that says, yeah, he's going to be very good. At least in Madden, at worst. He's going to be very good in Madden. But start for Jaden Daniels. How do we feel about that? Could it have been... if it was superstar, I don't think I would complain. But I don't think overall Commander fans should be too upset. You have the most hidden devs out of any team in the league. And if Jaden Daniels, by these stats or any inclination, he's probably going to go up dev trade if you're playing with them anyway, based off of his stats. He'll go nuclear. So before the update, Dallas Cowboys had 4 rookies with hidden devs, and I was just like classic Cowboys ratings, right? However, after the update, it got knocked down to 3 as the linebacker from Notre Dame lost his dev trait. We start with Marshawn Neeland at defensive end. And the first of 2 offensive linemen with hidden devs, we get Cooper Beebe with a star at center. And left tackle Tyler Guyton with a star as well. Miami Dolphins get 3 rookies with hidden devs. We start on the offensive line with Patrick Paul. Speedster, classic, on brand, running back out of Tennessee for the Dolphins, Jalen Wright. On the defensive side of the ball, Chop Robinson, 76 rating. Great rating for him. Star dev. And he looks like a very, very fun pat. 90 speed, 93 acceleration. He's going to be cheesy. Starting with my beloved Philadelphia Eagles, Will Shipley gets a dev trait of one of our 3 rookies with hidden devs. And that's maybe on the more generous side, I would think. But there's been definitely a couple other rookies in the same kind of area code as him that got devs as well. So I'm not going to nitpick. First round pick in a Toledo, Quinyon Mitchell. Got to get off number 30. With a star dev. I thought slight chance, outside chance, just as the first corner drafted, and he was so highly regarded and has legendary production. There might have been a chance, but that's also heavily influenced by my Eagles bias. Same with Cooper DeJean's dev, which we're about to go peek. Come on, that would have been fun. Giving him a superstar. Cooper DeJean, picks 33 because of Larry Bird. Awesome. And you just give him a star? What are we doing here? That's a clear-cut superstar dev. So before the update, the Atlanta Falcons had 3 rookies with hidden devs. Now they only have 2, unfortunately. The injured Braylon Trice lost his hidden dev. They still keep their two hidden devs on the defensive line as Orhoro from Clemson has a dev trait. Good rating as well, 75. They get a star dev with Brandon Dorless out of Oregon. Another Duck, man. Oregon has put in the most hidden devs of this Madden 25 rookie class. The New York Giants get 4 rookies with hidden devs. Start with the Canadian here at tight end, Theo Johnson, who pulls that star dev trait. They get a star dev on corner Andrew Phillips out of Kentucky. Safety Tyler Newman, on top of getting a great base rating of 76 overall with a dev trait. And last but certainly not least, Malik Neighbors, 77 overall, and he gets the superstar dev trait, which is rightfully deserved from the incredible season he had at LSU. Stats look great, look very cheesy. All reports out of camp that he's going to be a stud, except when Cooper DeJean is locking him down for the Eagles. But that looks like a very, very good wide receiver, especially for franchise mode. The Jacksonville Jaguars, before the update, had 3 rookies with hidden devs. They only got 1 right now. Mason Smith originally had 1. He's knocked down to normal, which is not a robbery by any means. Once upon a time, Jarian Jones had a hidden dev. Unfortunately, he's lost it. Other alone, hidden dev trade rookie, Brian Thomas Jr., star dev, 75 overall, 6'3", elite speed, had a hell of a grab in the preseason game last week. He's going to be a very fun player in Madden as well, and in real life. Now moving on to the New York Jets, who before the update had 2 rookies with hidden devs. Now we only got 1. Unfortunately, Malachi Corley lost his hidden dev trait. I disagree with that. I think out of all the players so far that have lost their dev trait, he's a beast. He should have kept it. Whoa, Jet fans are going to be happy with this one, as Fashanu, if you're only going to get 1 rookie with a hidden dev, get a superstar left tackle. Plus, you're going to have Tyron Smith, mentor tag ahead of him, getting extra XP. That's real good. Him and Joe Alt both getting superstars. The Detroit Lions get 2 rookies with hidden dev trait, both in the secondary. We got Rakestraw Jr. out of Mizzou. Oh, come on. Terran Arnold, superstar dev trait. That's a win for Lions fans. I will say within a vacuum, Terran Arnold was in the discussion for the top corner in this year's draft class. Seemed like near the end, Quinyon Mitchell was 1, Terran Arnold was 2. Probably Nate Wiggins and Cooper DeJean fighting out for corner 3. But within a vacuum, him getting superstar, not brutal, cool. But I could give him superstar and not Quinyon Mitchell and or Cooper DeJean get something better than a star dev trait. That is my Eagles bias seeping through. But I think if you're giving Terry Arnold superstar, you got to give Quinyon Mitchell superstar. Because I think very similar graded prospects. Arnold went to Alabama. Didn't have the best combine. Quinyon Mitchell tested well at the combine. In these games in Madden 25, the better athletes tend to have better dev traits. The production. Quinyon Mitchell's production right up there with Terry Arnold. Quinyon Mitchell turned down Alabama in the transfer portal. Nick Saban said it during the draft. Come on! Good win, Lion fans. Good win. The Green Bay Packers get 4 rookies with hidden dev. We start with safety Javon Bullard. Gets a really good rating as well in relation to his draft position. Very athletic middle linebacker Edgerrin Cooper with a dev trait. Great speed as well. Jordan Morgan with a star dev trait. And lastly, maybe somewhat surprising that he did get a hidden dev, but Marshawn Lloyd, the running back out of USC. Carolina Panthers have 3 rookies with hidden dev traits. And if you'd watched our last franchise rebuild yesterday of the Panthers, you know that Jonathan Brooks with a star dev hits the ground running and honestly becomes one of the best running backs in Madden. Eastleigh wide receiver Xavier Legette, 72 with a star dev trait. And much like Jonathan Brooks, he developed into like a 92 superstar for us. And lastly, on the defensive side of the ball, Trevin Wallace, 70 with a dev trait. He developed real nicely for us. Ended up becoming a superstar, 95, 96 overall. Really, really good linebacker prospect. The New England Patriots, 3 rookies with hidden devs. We start with wide receiver Jalen Polk. We got rookie wide receiver Javon Baker, who's a star dev. Now, this is just goes to show, like, what are we doing? So when we played the early access beta build, my first rebuild was the Patriots, and Javon Baker was a superstar dev. And I was like, all right, this is crazy. This is probably not going to stand still. The ratings were still kind of scrambled. And then when the game had early release, it was a different roster file. So there's already 2 different rosters. And then we have this updated roster that came yesterday. So like 3 rosters have been updated in the span of like 2 weeks. Doesn't that seem like unnecessary? Why is there that many rosters floating around? Lastly, Drake May gets a star dev. I think him and Jane Daniels fall in that bubble where if they were superstars, I don't think I would have a rant about it. But I think if you're getting Jane Daniels a star, you also need to give Drake May a star. Even though I believe in Drake May maybe a little bit more as a QB prospect and potential franchise QB. So in the old roster, the Raiders had 3 rookies at hidden devs. Now they only have 2, as Tommy Eichenberg no longer has a hidden dev trait. On the offensive line, Jackson Powers Johnson rolls with a dev trait. And at tight end, Brock Bowers gets superstar, which I think is fair. You gotta remember when Kyle Pitts came out, he was an X factor. Probably learned their lesson about maybe overjudging those players. I still have complete faith that Kyle Pitts will turn it around. Florida Gator bias aside. But I definitely think it is appropriate. Brock Bowers gets that superstar dev. Great pick for the Raiders, even though you got to figure out a way to utilize both him and Michael Mayer. Before the update, the Rams had 5 rookies with hidden devs, which is tied for the most in the game. However, now they got knocked down to 4 as Cam Kinchins lost his dev trait. Much like the Bears have a punter with a dev trait, Rams get a kicker with a dev trait. Showing some special teams love from this rookie class. Jared Verse with a star dev trait. Beast, he looks very good. Braden Fisk with a star dev trait. And lastly, Blake Corum, the ace of the Michigan Wolverines offense during that natty run. He pulls a star dev trait. Good rating as well. Before the update for the Baltimore Ravens, they had 3 rookies with hidden devs. Now we only got 2, as tackle Roger Rosengarten unfortunately lost his dev trait. Get a dev trait offensively with Devontae Walker out of North Carolina, 70 with a star dev and some great speed and jumping to boot. And Nate Wiggins, 75 with a hidden dev. And from the preseason game between the Eagles and Ravens, he was very impressive. I think he graded up really, really well by PFF nerds as well. He looks like the real deal, man. Him and Quinyon Mitchell both look very good for both teams. New Orleans Saints get 2 rookies with hidden dev trait. We start in the secondary with all-team first name Kool-Aid McKinstry, 74 with a star. Their new beast left tackle Fwag out of Oregon State, 77 with a star dev as well. Seahawks have 2 rookies with hidden dev trait. We start on the offensive line with Christian Haynes, the guard from UConn. And after a breakout season last year at Texas, Byron Murphy II pulls a 76 star dev. Before the update, the Pittsburgh Steelers were tied with 5 hidden dev rookies for the most in the game. Got knocked down to 4 as guard Mason McCormick is no longer a hidden dev player. They do still get a lineman with a dev trait as Zach Frazier out of West Virginia, 73 with a star. The speedster out of Michigan, Roman Wilson, gets a dev trait. Freaky athletic linebacker Peyton Wilson, 71 with a star dev, probably the worst picture. Obviously, not everyone has face scans, but even that is rough. But I think his stats, 91 speed, 93 acceleration, high tackle, hit power, and pursuit at 6'4", 240. That's, who cares what he looks like, I guess. And lastly, for the Steelers, right tackle Troy Fautanu can play everyone on the offensive line, 77 star dev. The Houston Texans get 3 rookies with dev traits. Blake Fisher at right tackle is our first. Kalen Bullock at a USC. And their second dev trait rookie in the secondary, Kamari Lassiter out of Georgia. Tennessee Titans get 2 rookies with hidden devs. We start at nose tackle with Tavondre Sweat, 75 star dev at 6'5", 366. It's his strength, 94. Yep, that checks out. And the powerhouse at left tackle, J.C. Latham out of Alabama, 78 with that star dev. And I think you look at Fashanu get superstar, Joe Alt gets superstar. I think Latham is in the area code of those 2 to get a better dev trait than a star than what he got. But I don't think a whole lot to complain about here. We finish up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas Turner, 78 with that star dev. 90 speed, 93 acceleration. We will be starting our Vikings franchise soonish, especially with news that the next player we're going to talk about is going to be out for an undisclosed amount of time. That is J.J. McCarthy, who picked up a leg injury, so he's probably going on IR, which means it's going to be the Sam Darnold era to start here in Minnesota, which I think makes him that much more interesting of a Madden 25 main channel franchise. But you know, you also get J.J. McCarthy, 71 with a star dev as a potential developmental option. I mean, for that, I don't want to sidetrack the video, but for franchise, it came down to Vikings, Titans, and Raiders. I know Bengal went with the Raiders, so it was like Titans and Vikings, and Vikings videos generally do better. There's more eyes on Vikings, more interest on the Vikings than the Titans, so that was kind of my my thinking of that. So if all goes well, probably this weekend, we will have the first episode of the Vikings Dynasty franchise mode, whatever you want to call it. But that will do it here today for breaking down every rookie with a dev trait and what those dev traits are after the roster update here in Madden 25. Anyone get robbed? Anyone that got superstar X Factor? So we got Brock Bowers with the superstar, Terrion Arnold with the superstar, Fashanu for the Jets with a superstar, Malik Neighbors got a superstar, Joe Alt got a superstar, Roma Dunze got a superstar, and we have our 2 X Factors in Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams. My complaint, argument as an Eagle fan is you've given Terrion Arnold superstar. Got to give one of the Eagles corners one, or you just give Arnold star, if that's how we're grading all of them. But that is my one little nitpick, full bias included. Let me hear you guys in the comment section below. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as we are getting very close to 175,000 subscribers. Nice little milestone here on the channel. Hit the like button for the YouTube robots. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace. I love ya. Have a good one.